what solutions will you provide? Okay. Step up. Okay, from Omkar, I have got the answer. That is step up converter. That is DC to DC boost. No. That is not the case. What I expect from this question, that is, how do we minimize the power? Okay, that means my embedded system is already using a battery power. Okay, and now I have only a smaller source of power, that is battery. Okay, and I have to use that battery for long time. Okay, so how to minimize that power? Okay, rather than you think like that, you have built some project. Okay, and your project would work on the battery itself, and now you have to run your project for longer time. Okay, that for some particular, let 1 week, 2 week, or for a month, you are not going to supply the power supply directly. Your project should work on the battery itself. Okay, so how you will manage? Okay, because for the operation of each uh, peripheral or the microcontroller, you'll require a power. Are you getting? So how to manage this power? Just see, I will give you the solution. What are the solutions? Now you have studied the different uh, states. Okay, like power down state, idle state. Have you heard about this? In 8051 we have seen, or in a peak also. There are some power management tools. Okay, how to manage your power? Just see, for example, let I have to take a lecture for 2 hours or 3 hours. So how I will manage my power? It's very easy. Rather than consuming my energy, okay, I will store my energy. Okay, I will store my energy. Okay, I will not be so enthusiastic and so responsive. Rather than, I will keep my face flat. Okay, low, and this way I can reserve my power for more time. And then that is done by everybody. And if you go in the public speaking, you require the energy. You cannot keep your energy for complete day. Okay. So likewise, if you have to save your power, so what are the different solutions? So first solutions that are provided is a you can put your peripherals or your microprocessor in a power down mode or in a idle mode. Okay, now what is done? It's very easy. For example, if your peripherals are not doing any operations, okay, if your peripherals are not doing any operations, at that time you can put your peripherals into power down mode. Okay, that means you can cut off the power supply to those peripherals. Are you getting? It's very simple solutions. If your peripherals are not going to do any operations, okay, right now, okay, that time you switch off the power. Okay, that means you cannot switch off directly, but you can cut off that power. Okay, and by this way you can minimize your power. Okay, so for this there is one microcontroller called as a MSP 430. uh, Anybody have heard about this MSP 430? Anybody have heard? Yes, sir. Omkar only have given the answer. Other people have not heard about MSP 430. I expect the answer from everybody. Why this is so? Because yes, Samiksha has given the answer. Okay, Omkar. Okay, because you have filled your exam form. Okay, and in that exam form, you have one audit course. That audit course is nothing but MSP 430. Okay. Uh, are you getting, Omkar? You told one time in T. Okay, no. Just see. That is not the answer. Just see. you have filled the form with a audit course. Your audit course is MSP 430 embedded processor. Whether you have filled or not, you are getting the mark sheet also. Okay, Deshmukh said, I have attended a workshop that was based on MSP 430. So what is the long form of MSP 430? It's called as mixed signal processor. Okay, it's called as a mixed signal processor. And why this processor is manufactured by the Texas Instrument, TI. Okay, and this MSP 430 is the lowest power consumed kind of microcontroller. Okay, is whatever the microcontroller available in the market, this microcontroller will consume the least power from your battery. Okay, that's why this is used widely. Okay, that means most of the time this microcontroller will be in a sleep mode. Okay, what is in sleep mode? And nowadays some of the peoples are in sleep modes. Okay, that means during the semester they are not going to attend anything. Okay, they will only active when there is a submission and there is an exam. So these are called as a sleeping type of student. Okay, likewise MSP 430 will do the same kind of work. Okay, whenever any work is there, only then it will make itself on. Okay, it will execute the task and again it will go to the sleep mode. Are you getting? It's very simple. No one will tell this operation. I have told this operation. That is, whenever there is work, only then you wake up from the that your sleep state, execute the task, and again you go to the sleep mode. Are you getting? So if you do like this, then there is no power consumption. There is no unnecessary power consumption, and this is what the logic used to minimize the power by the MSP 430. Okay, so this is also widely used in industry. Okay, so that's why there is an audit course for you, MSP 430. Uh, Unfortunately, in last semester, it is not possible to conduct the some lecture on this because of the again corona. Okay, COVID situations. But this is the course. Okay, so if anybody asks you about the MSP 430, okay, at least you should tell something. Okay, don't tell that is in our COVID situation. Okay, so that is the answer. So I think I have justified the answer for third question. How do we minimize the power? By implementing different power management states like idle state, power down mode, okay, or using any other different logics that are implemented in the MSP4. Okay. Next question is turn off unnecessary logic, reduce memory access. Okay. Turn off unnecessary logic. That means in the current execution, if you are not going to use any logic, so that time you can make it off. Okay, so just see, turning off means cutting the access or cutting the power to that peripheral. Okay, the next is question is reduce memory accesses. Okay, reduce memory accesses. Now, what is the justification for this question? How to reduce the memory accesses? It's very simple. That is the reason there are a lot of registers available in the microprocessors or microcontrollers. Now, what is the role of general purpose registers? Can anybody tell me? What is the role of general purpose registers in microprocessors and microcontrollers? What is the role of general purpose registers? Okay. Or, in last semester we have seen registers like R0, R1, R2, R3 up to R15. So there are 16 registers, general purpose registers. So what is the role of these registers? So the role of this register is very simple. The role of this register is to perform the real operations. Okay, whatever the addition, subtraction, data transfer, okay, then complement operations. So these kinds of operations are performed by the registers only. Okay. And now there is a question: can we perform the same operations on the memory? Okay. So no, we cannot perform this. We cannot perform the addition, okay, multiplication operations on memory. Okay, so there are some exceptions, but most of the time you cannot perform. Okay. Now another reason why it is not possible to perform and why one should not perform the operations on the memory, because the memory accesses are costly. If you try to access the memory, okay, so it requires more time. Are you getting? How to access any memory? So you have to put the address into 16-bit address on the address bus, then it will go to the memory, then you have to fetch the data from the memory, and that you have to put data on the data bus. Now just see, so this is the time required to access the memory, data from the memory. But if the data is available in the register itself, you can perform any operations. Are you getting? So try to reduce the memory accesses by copying down all the data from the memory to the registers. Okay, so this is how you can reduce the memory accesses. Okay, because memory accesses are costly. What do you mean by costly? Memory accesses are costly means it will consume more time. So how to reduce the time? By copying all the data available on the memory into the registers. Okay, and you then perform all operations on the memory, sorry, on the register itself. Okay, so this is the way how you can reduce the your memory accesses. Okay. So four questions I have completed. There are again 4 questions that are remaining, but right now it's 10:59. Okay, so I will try to close the lecture right now. And maybe on Friday we will continue and we will complete the unit number 1. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can ask in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself, or you can put your question in a Google Classroom also. Is there any problem with this?